Hey guys, today we're going to make a bag. You're going to need some material for the outside of your bag. You're going to need some material for the inside and some for the pockets. If you choose, you can also get some lace to embellish your bag. You're also going to need some pins, scissors, and a marker. Now I can't tell you exactly how much fabric you're going to need because this bag does not have a pattern. I'm going to show you the basic shapes that you use to make this bag, and you can virtually make this any size you want. This is the template that I made up to make all of my bags. It's very easy and very forgiving. It's a great first time project. So let's get going and have some fun. Okay, think about what kind of size bag you want. What I usually do is I just cut a rectangle. So take your top fabric piece and cut two rectangles that are exactly the same size for the front and back of your bag. The next thing you want to do is we're going to cut a piece for the side of the bag. See how this piece would be the back piece? And we're going to cut the side piece that's going to give the bag depth and definition. Because we don't have a pattern, we're going to have to do a little bit of math. So what you're going to do is take a measuring tape and measure down all three sides of your bag. My bag measures 60 inches on all three sides. Now you're going to add 5 inches to this measurement just to make sure you have enough. Using the same material as your bag, cut a strip out that is 3 inches by your measurement. So mine's going to be 3 inches this way and 65 inches this way. Now set aside your main fabric if you have any left over. The next thing we're going to do is make pockets. So you have right now 2 main pieces, the front and the back. We're going to put the pockets on the back piece. Take your front piece, put it aside right next to your bottom strip. What we're going to do now is create a pocket on the front to hold your stuff. Take your pocket fabric and fold it in half so it's folded with the long sides on the inside. Make sure it overlaps a little bit at the corners, and now cut, leaving 1 inch on each side, overlapping. Alright, that's going to be our pocket on our bag. Now it is time to sew. So take your pocket piece, and we're now going to fold it right sides together. So the pattern is going to be on the inside right here. And now we're going to sew all the way around 3 sides, leaving a small gap so we can pull the pocket right side out. Alright guys, now it's time to sew. I am using a straight stitch. Don't forget to leave a little gap right here so you can pull the piece right side out. Alright guys, now we're going to simply pull the piece right side out. Alright, the next step is to sew your pocket to the back of your bag. Pull out the back of your bag and lay your pocket on it. It's okay if the edges overlap. We want that to happen. Now pin your pocket to the back of the bag. We are now going to sew down the bottom, up the middle, back down the middle, here, and up here. We do not sew across here because you want to be able to get your hand into the pocket. Alright guys, now you should have the pocket sewn to the back of your bag. Alright, so here is the back of your bag. Now, remember that side piece you cut? What you're going to do is pin the side piece right sides together with just the back of your bag. So you want the print on the inside right here. Starting at the very top, pin down the side. When you get to the first corner, turn your work and keep pinning down this side. Let me show you that corner piece up close. So I pinned straight down to this corner. I'm going to take my finger and put it right here. So it's straight. Now I'm going to take this and move it with my finger still held in place until the bottom edge goes up. And simply place a pin right there. And then continue pinning up again. You should have a little bit extra at the top right here. Don't cut that yet, because you want to make sure that you can get all the way around in every area before you cut this. It's not going to be a big deal, you can cut this at the end. Okay, now that you have it pinned all the way around, you're going to sew, starting at the top, as close to the edge of both pieces as possible, down, this way, and back up. You want to sew closest to the edge, and don't worry about this. You can actually cut this flush to the back piece if you want to. Once again, I am still using a straight stitch. As I said before, you want to sew as close to this edge as possible because we're going to be creating the sides right here. Alright, now simply sew all the way around the bag, all three sides. And you can remove the pins as you go if you want. Okay, I've sewed all the way down one edge, and I'm about to get to a corner. When you get to a corner, you want to make sure not to sew on this fold right here. So you kind of want to pull the fold free with one hand, and then just sew around the corner edge right here. And when you want to turn, put your needle in the work, lift up the foot, and just pull the work until this side is facing you, and straighten out the fold. And keep sewing down the other edge. Alright guys, this is what we should have now. We should have the corners sewn on one side of the bag. Now we are going to do the same thing to the second bag. Take your front piece and lay it right sides together, so that means with the pattern on the inside right here on top of your bag. Now you're going to pin it to the other side of the edge piece. Pin it all the way around. See, here's your back piece, here's your side, and now you've pinned the front right here. And then you're going to sew as close to the edge as possible again, all the way around, doing the same things for the corners for three sides of your bag. So it's going to be becoming a bag. So go ahead and sew all the way around again. Alright, now that you've sewn the other side onto the bag, you can go ahead and cut this little extra piece off if you have any extra. Simply line it up and snip. Alright, so this is my messenger bag. Now you want to turn it right side out. So grab the corners, flip it around. Here it is. Now we're going to make a lining. And don't panic, you don't have to remember the dimensions of what you cut earlier. I make my lining by cheating, and I'm going to show you how. I'm using an old sheet for my lining fabric, so it already has a hemmed edge at the top. You're going to want to fold it so you have two layers, and now lay your bag on it. For the purpose of this tutorial, you want to leave about 3 inches on the top because we're going to use this to fold over our bag and give it a nice seamed edge at the top. Now spread it all out. Okay, now you're going to cut the lining all the way down and around here. So you want to cut all the way around, leaving 1 inch on every side. And this is where seam is going to get very important. Now we have our lining cut out all the way around with 1 inch on every side, except for the top we want to have 3 inches. So 3 inches on the very top and 1 inch on every side. So remove your bag and we're going to place these right sides together. All right, now we're going to pin the 3 sides of our bag together. All right, now leaving 0.5 inches on every side. So you're gonna have 0.5 inches. You want to sew all the way around the 3 sides. Now you should have sewn all the way around your liner and you should have a bag. Now the inside should still be on the inside. What you want to do is you want to place your liner inside your bag. So take your liner and put it in your bag. And then take one corner to one corner and just kind of fluff it out. Now what you want to do is take this top part and fold it over. And mine was already seamed because I used the top of a blanket. If it's not, you just have to fold it over twice. So pretend this is a raw edge, you would fold this under, like this. Make sure that it reaches all the way to the bottom. Now what you want to do is pin and sew all the way around this part right here. Now sometimes the liner can be a little bit big or the bag can be a little bit big depending on how you cut your liner. If that happens, just pleat the bigger one to match the smaller one right at the edges. So say my liner was a little bit bigger, what I would do is before I roll it, I would simply make a little pleat in it. So I would pleat it together like this. And then sew it. So it would have a little bit of pleating. And it won't mess up the bag or hurt anything in any way. So now simply just sew around the top of your bag and then at the bottom where the seam is. Alright guys, now we've sewn all the way around the top of our bag. And I'm going to use mine as a gym bag, that's why I made it so big. You can make it whatever size that you think that you need. Only thing that's left to do is to make the straps. Now just like this bag that I made earlier, I want my bag to be crossbody. So I want it to be able to go over my neck like this. I can also wear it like this. There are lots of different ways to wear it. So I'm going to make a strap that is 42 inches. So you want to cut a piece from your fabric that is 42 inches by 5 inches. Now to make the strap, what you're going to do is fold this part in like this. So this is the side you want facing and this is the other side. Fold this like this and sew all the way down in a straight line. Then after you've sewn this part, you're going to fold this part down and sew that down in a straight line. Then you're simply going to fold it completely in half and sew again to make a thick strap. Alright, step 1 was to fold it in half one way and sew all the way down. Step 2 is to fold the other side and sew all the way down. Alright, now step 3 is to fold the entire thing in half. So I've sewed one side, the other side, and now I'm going to fold the entire thing in half and sew down this side. Alright, so here's my strap, and I went ahead and quilted it, so I just sewed a bunch of lines down it just to make it look kind of strappy. I like it. And now we're going to attach the ends to our tote. You want to attach the ends one on each side, on the inside, So just pin it on the side, and then you're going to sew an X across it. And that's the easiest tote bag that I know how to create. Now you're ready to go grocery shopping or to the gym in your very own handmade bag. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If there's anything else that you would like to know how to make, let me know and I'll try to make an easy version. Leave me a comment below and I'll try to find out an easy way to create it. I'll let you guys go and I'll see you later. Bye!